Okay, first thing on the list is to do a little bit of mulching around. So yeah, we'll go around the whole lot. Probably most important job in the garden, other than watering, I suppose. So yeah, I do little custom mixes here and there. Essentially, it's mostly farmyard manure. But for example, where the tracheospermum is on the left there, I'll mix in some soil because the level of the whole bed's down a bit too much after taking out those ferns. I've got some ericaceous to do the camellias, and then with what's ever left over of the ericaceous, I'll mix in probably 2 manure to 1 ericaceous and do the sort of where all the ferns are, the sort of northeast facing corner, if you like, or quadrant. Because ferns in general, apart from hart's tongue ferns and a couple of the others, they like it slightly acidic. So we'll go around and do that all while mixing in some fish blood and bone. Yeah, layer it on in big piles first of all, and then get me wildflower seeds, mix it up, and spread them in the piles, and then mix the piles over so it leaves it about 2-3 inches all round. And then as I'm going around, I'm collecting all these little twigs and sticks and things, and I'm going to make a big pile of detritus and then stack up some piles around the place where I see fit for sort of bugs to overwinter and whatnot. Yeah, let's see how we do. I may get sidetracked before we finish it, so we may come back to this in a bit. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, this is what I love about the mulching, is down on your knees, cup of tea, in the dirt, looking at stuff from different perspectives that you wouldn't normally see it by. Here's underneath the Fatsia and the small Dixonia there. This is over by the Cyathea. That's the view we normally see. So yeah, good to see. Nothing growing under any of that, which is good. And also I've got this little fern here, which is a rescue fern from where the tracheospermum was. I don't know what it is. I think it's a polysticking multi-bloom congestion or something like that, but it's very coniferish. So I've moved it here to recover. This is where the Bleckman nudum was. So yeah, we'll carry on working our way around with the mulch and see what happens. Okay, so always looks a bit better after a mulch, doesn't it? I'll give it a bit of a tidy up at a later date. But to do all of that was essentially 6 bags of manure, 2 bags of ericaceous, and 2 bags of soil improver. So it's all been done for the most part. I haven't done the pots yet, or the bed up by the orange pot, because I'm going to take those ferns out in a bit. But yeah, that's that done. Good job done. Happy days. So I was going to do the wildflowers, but I'm going to wait for it to rain first and make everything moist, and then I'll just sort of scatter them about and brush them about a bit. But those are the ones I've got. So the 2 on the left, the wallflower and the honesty, say not to sow until spring. These 6 here, which are the ones I'm going to do, are all okay for October. So we've got poppy, nemophila, and then mixes, cowslip, and just wildlife mix ones. So the idea is I'll open up all the packets, put them all together, mix them around, and then just go and sprinkle pinches here and there and just see what comes up and what doesn't. And then in the spring I'll sort of do the same as well. So yeah, that's that. Next thing I'm going to do now is I want to run a wire basically above that bench from the 2 highest points of the fence, like diagonally, if you see what I mean, so that the 2 clematises are connected. Just because why not? So I need to get some wood to make the uprights so that they match, so it's dead on 45 degrees. And then yeah, I'll probably use 3 wires, 3 individual wires, and then that just adds a bit of strength and all that, doesn't it? You never know how it's going to go. Yeah, just as a bit of experiment, see what happens with some floating clematis. So because it's just started growing. So anyway, I will collate all of them at some point and we'll crack on with it. Okay, so that's that done. 3 wires going across just to strengthen it and be sacrificial in case one snaps so they don't all go. Put in extra bits of wood so it all marries up 45. I think if we look at the bench and that, we're kind of in line with it now. It's about right. So yeah, and I've just tucked up a few bits of the clematis just to give it a start basically. So yeah, that's the fun stuff over with. Let's go out the front and do some odd jobs out there. Okay, so real mix of stuff out here. I'm going to go for the scrubland look in it, but just need to give it all a bit of a mulch, really. Yeah, I'm going to give it a sort of a bit of a clear out. Obviously, I do want some wild flowers and that. Here's some rosebud willow herb, I think it said it was, which is good for the hawk moth caterpillars. That's where I took the banana pup out of. Give all this a bit of a trim. I'm going to leave the gingers in there. They will end up out the back, but I'll leave them in there just because they're trying to flower, but I think they missed their chance. Yeah, for overwintering, not to disturb them now. And then just round here, yeah, just give it all a bit of a mulch, fill in the holes where I took that blue fern out to the left of that foxglove. And yeah. Okay, so I don't think we've ever had a look at these. This is just a shed I built up. We'll have a look at the rest of it just to keep all of sheddy stuff away. Just using old bits of wood. That was wood that was in the garage when I bought the house. I bought the bits, the dark brown bits, just to edge it in. But Clematis armandii in there, different variety, apple blossom, and then those are the old famous high pulp punk tartar, I think, which are a bit brackeny, which is why I haven't got them in the ground. I've just got them in pots sunk in, but I need to sort of tidy up that and give it a good mulch. You can see the clematis has been covered in stones and gravel, so we'll do that. Behind there's actually my water butts raised up so I can use them for gravity. So there you can see I've just been shoving my scrap metal in there, which I'm going to sort out now. And you can see, because I've got 3 of them, if you can just see down the back there, I've just attached a gauge to one of them, which gives me the levels at any given time, and that's just me working out how long. What was that? We'll go into that another time, but if we want to go into the depths of hell, a road to the tip or the refuse centre has been shut for the last 2 months. So I haven't had a chance to do any tip runs. The sheds were supposed to keep everything all tidy, but you can see it's overflowing a bit. Okay, looks a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that compost bin. Obviously, most of that will go. Those green bags will go. And then in here, we just got child stuff, gardening tools, scrap metal, wood, and then around here we have got just my little, what I'm going to call gardening consumables, which is loads and loads and loads of pots basically at the moment. No, that's good though. So yeah, if you've ever wondered how my water butts are hooked up, there they are, up high, so anything lower than this I can just open a tap and run the irrigation. It doesn't need any pressure, to be connected to a main. And then connected them down the bottom, these are 22mm tank connectors. I had to do them in there because it's curved down there. It might have worked, but it's not worth the risk, so they're there. And then this pipe after that blue lever runs all the way out to the front, to the back, all the way through the garage and the utility and the office, and then comes out under my fold up bar basically. And then yeah, we've got another one down here which is for the pumped irrigation, so the sprayers when I get a pump ready for all that. And yeah, good thing about connecting them all down low is that they all fill and empty together, which is why I'm able to put that clear hose on it to give me an idea of the levels. Yeah, good stuff. The only bad thing is that overflow just dumps it all out under here. But until I get a roof on it, we're not too worried about that. And if you wonder how much stuff I've generated for the tip, there you go. So that'll all go tomorrow. Cardboard, there's a couple of recycling bits in that, but all those bags and all that lot up there will go tomorrow. And I even found a nice little hartston fern, bless his soul, just upside down under a bucket inside a pot. So I'll just fill that up with water, let them soak for a bit. There's some green bits in it, but funny enough, the Hypulpus punctata died where that grass is, so I'll chuck him in there and see how he does. So yeah, that's that all nice and tidy for now. Let's do something else. On to something a bit more fun now, which is finally going to take some cuttings off of the honeysuckle. I've got me 2 pots down there with me cleaned and anti-backed secateurs. So it needs to be semi-ripe cuttings. there's not a lot because a lot of this is flowered, so I don't think you can take it off that. But what I'm going to do is just look for any bits of growth coming out anywhere, sort of like this bit here, where it's got that little bit of growth on it. And if I want to take it, I'm going to try not take too much out the front. There's a load that goes up and over the top and into the neighbours. So I'm going to have a look up there. That's why the ladder's there. I'm going to get spider-fied in a minute, I'm sure, because it's that time of year. And then we'll just have a look around. Generally, I'll be happy with 4 cuttings. If I can obviously get more, but I'm not going to push it and try to go for 20 or something like that, if you see what I mean. So yeah, let's have a look at how many we can get off. Okay, these are the main ones I've got. Some look better than others. That bit looks like it's dying off up there, but I'll try and get a couple off it anyway, just because why not. And then down here, hopefully get maybe 2 out of this long one. Those 2 should be all right. And then this one's a kind of got a bit of branch, and then there's probably about 3 or 4 cuttings worth on there. Hopefully this is my best shot. Just look at the leaves compared to the rest of them, looks much better. So yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm no expert by any means, but say for example with this one is just pull off the bottom 6 set of leaves maybe, and then just nick the nodes with the secateurs just to take off a bit of the bark, or skin if you like, and then just chuck them in there basically, and we'll see what happens. Right, there we go. So 10 cuttings overall. Some I'm much more confident about than others, but what I'll do, we've only got one south facing window, which is a obscured one, so I'll put these on a couple of trays and then take them up there and yeah, see how they do. Report back on this in obviously 6 months time or whatever, but yeah, if I can get 2 of them, I'll be happy. Okay, so that's what all those seeds look like. I can't help but notice there's a lot of grass seeds in there, or what appear to be grass seeds, but hey ho, it's all good for wildlife, so we'll chuck them in. I've got a feeling next year might be quite busy with taking stuff out, but I suppose as long as I take it out before it sets seed, then it shouldn't come back, hopefully. So yeah, getting a little bit nervous, I must admit, but hey ho, there we go. So what I can do, actually, this is a good thing. I would just move this hydrangea samani over here. It was over there, right where that dry patch was, in front of that knot of wood. So just goes to prove that hopefully this will make a difference. So aim of the game with this, I've never done it before. I didn't even know that when you buy a pack of seeds, the seeds were actually in another packet inside. So hey, there you go. So all I'm going to do is very roughly just kind of grab a pinch, I suppose, and sort of give it a sprinkle like that, and then get me trusty fork and then just flatten everything off a little bit like that basically. That's the idea anyway. And I thought what I'm going to try and do is, rather than just fill out everywhere that's blank, I'm going to do a big, like, sort of almost make a snake out of them going around the flower bed. So just one continuous line all the way through that will wave in and out of plants, behind plants and stuff like that, and go all the way around with it. Yeah, sounds mad, doesn't it? Right, the Titan boa of wildflowers, as I'm calling it, and as a sentence I'd never thought I'd say. Starts off over there behind the hydrangea samanii on that post, weaves its way in front of the Dixonia, the back of the Fatsia, the back of the other Dixonia, the front of the Schefflera, behind the Canna, behind the Lophosauria, comes out, well, not comes out, but you know what I mean, will seem like it comes out by the right hand side of that Norfolk Island pine, swings around this side of the banana, goes to the end. It doesn't go out the back of there, it just goes sort of around the camellia and the cycad. And then I've just done a load down the back channel, which has got the Terrace umbrosa, giant honeysuckle, and Dixonia in. So yeah, we'll see how that does.
Too late now anyway, because it's all mashed up. So yeah, it's in the hands of the gods. That's about it from me for this video, because I'm going on a holiday. By the time you see this, I will hopefully be in sunny Spain. But just as a little, it's been about a week since I did these wires. Let's just have a look and see if the clematis has bitten. Yeah, there we go. That one's bitten, and we've got some new growth coming out there. Sorry, my camera work is rubby. Nothing's bitten elsewhere. And then over here, doesn't look like it has, although we've got a new shoot coming this way just under the top bit of wood there, and that'll take it. So yeah, that's that, the unsung jobs of gardening that just make the world go round and all that business. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much. Ta-da.